Hey guys, Joe Pye here at Advanced Innovations. You know, this is going to be one of those videos, really not going to teach you anything, but I'm going to show you one of the areas of the shop that can really get out of control pretty quick is the stock rack. And this is my stock rack. 8 feet tall, easily accommodates 12 and 14 foot material. And this I built, actually. This is made out of 1x2 1x2 tubing, 1.5 by 4 channel, and 1 3/4 by 5 base material down here. Got some strapping going across the center. The entire thing is assembled with half 13 bolts. Half 13. And I'm shooting this with my new Hero 7 GoPro camera. So if it's better quality video, by all means, let me know. The beauty of a stock rack like this is not only is the price tag, you can make this incredibly cheap, but it's incredibly strong, and all of the material you can have cut at the mill. So you just bring it home and pop a bunch of holes in it, save yourself hundreds of dollars, and it works really well. These little straps on the end are commercial push-in plastic plugs, so you just bang them in when you get it home and deburr it. And I've got yellow tape across the extents on the racks so that I don't bust my head on it or accidentally catch my shoulder on it. The floor has got yellow tape on it, and I make sure that when I put anything on this rack that it never extends beyond this tape if it's within a region where I could walk into it. So anything that's really long is kept up top. The bars that I can walk underneath, even on the off chance that I'm hop skipping and jumping across the shop, I'll put a rag on it. That's a couple inches above my head, but that's all good. My special stock is kept in the cardboard tubes that it comes in. It makes it a lot easier to find it. I write my material on the insides of the tubes, or I put little flags on the material to tell me exactly what it is. The 2x6s that I have are full length. They're 10 footers. And that allows me to do exactly what you see here. Keep short material that doesn't fit in between the uprights. Works out really well. I try to keep my materials together so that if I'm looking for something that's brass or phenolic tubing, stainless, plastic, cutoffs, you're going to end up with a lot of cutoffs, and you're going to be knee deep in this stuff if you save everything. So only save the stuff that you think you can use. I have some very heavy cutoff material in the back here, you know, 4, 5, 6 inch diameter round, some 4-inch solid brass, plastic, long skinny material, extrusions. The bottom, I have a lot of wrapped extrusion on the bottom, and my son makes planters from time to time, so we do have some wood. If you're seeing wood on the rack, that would be why. This side is dedicated for the sheet metal in the shop, the water jet skeletons, heavy plate, and production scrap. So any jobs that I've done that I've ended up with a tremendous amount of cutoffs, I will save those, because recycling those as solids, you'll get more money for it as opposed to chips. Same thing up here. A lot of micarta scrap. If I was talking to you about micarta and the email string went cold, please reach out to me. As you can imagine, my inbox gets pretty choked pretty quick. Also have the additional production cutouts. If I'm going to make a circle, if instead of punching a big drill through it, I might interpolate it out. Cutoffs. This is just to give you something to think about. If you are going to make something like this, make sure that you strap at X straps across the center to keep these verticals in line. This can be exceptionally heavy. Keep your weight on the bottom if you can, and keep it as close to the vertical as you can. That will help reduce the amplified mechanical advantage that a bar like this guy here can give you. That's a heavy one. Also keep the heavy stuff low so I can not drop it on my head when I'm trying to pull it out. I don't know if I mentioned this, but the bars are shorter per level as they go up. Each level is 5 inches wider than the one above it. Okay, that forces a Christmas tree shape and makes sure that the weight is contained as it goes higher. Anybody's real curious about how this thing looks on paper, put it in the comment line, and I will try to get some numbers for you. I'm sure I got drawings somewhere. I built this one, so there's got to be a drawing somewhere. All right, that's it, guys. Give you something to think about. Keep your material organized, keep you from tripping over it, and keep you from buying something twice that you've already got, because you can see what you got. Even if you have a noisy compressor. All right, that's it. Joel Pye, Advanced Innovations in Austin, Texas. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. See you. I'm out.